Hi guys, this is Pestily and welcome to another Escape from Tarkov video. In this video I'm covering the latest TarkovTV live podcast, which happened I think about a day or two ago. But unfortunately I was still in the transit process of moving from Australia to Europe. I'm living in the Netherlands now. But I've played catch up, got it all down. So without further ado, let's crack straight into it. So Nikita started off with apologizing for getting banned on Twitch, said that won't happen again. And moved on from there. He brought up the whole Twitch drops event and how much exposure it gave from Escape from Tarkov and the fact that it brought a massive influx of players, and he's really happy that there's a lot of new content creators and streamers out there playing and advertising Escape from Tarkov. But it did bring in a very large amount of overload issues because of the significant increase in player base. So every day, pretty much since then, they've been increasing the amount of servers and upgrading the servers that have been currently running. And they're also going to add a heap of new servers. Starting off with South America, they're going to add more to the Brazil servers. I think there is one already. But also add one in Argentina and Mexico as well. So and more countries, he said. They're adding more servers to Japan. They're adding a new server to Indonesia and a server to South Africa, and increasing the amount of servers in Russia and North America. So all of that overall is a really good thing, because I know there's a lot of issues at the moment with matching times. If you do have a specific server selected on the server browser, I recommend putting lots, if not all of the ones under 150 ping, or at least having it on auto. So hopefully that would help spread it out. But I find putting multiple servers down on your browser will actually help with the matching time. When you're stuck on matching, it doesn't mean that there's not enough players. It means there's too many players on the servers you're picking. So just keep that in mind when you're selecting servers. Now that they're back from their Christmas holiday break, they're working at full speed again and towards the next phase or next major patch. However, in saying this, they do want to try and have multiple smaller patches than just one big patch every 9 months. The next phase that they're working on, they're doing a redo of the entire weight system within the game. So by carrying big backpacks and the weight in the backpacks or stuff like that, it's going to affect how you're going to be able to move within the game. There wasn't much more information on this, but that's the major change in the next patch. It's also going to come with a detailed death information from therapists. So when you get killed, you'll find out where the last 3 or 4 bullets hit you. And right after the weight overhaul is when they're working on the Steam audio patch, which will be whenever that is. So awesome news for that. I know you guys are, or even me as well, have really been wanting this Steam audio to come. So hopefully that's not too far away. My guess is these patches at the moment are going to probably be every 1 to 2 months because they're going to be smaller. But it should hopefully be becoming a lot more consistent than having to wait a long time. As you saw with point 12, they brought out point 12.2 only it was, I think, not even 2 months later, which is great. Nikita stated that he started his new Instagram account. I think the first post was around the 1st of January, and I'll put a link below if you guys want to follow his Instagram account. I said that we were talking about it on a podcast a while ago, saying that Nikita should actually have an Instagram account, and he just shows what he has for breakfast every day and just random shit like that. So I don't know. I actually haven't had a good chance to look at it yet. I followed it while the podcast was happening and then went back to taking notes. Now, I don't know if this next point is actually legitimate or not, but he did say having the FPS counter up the top right corner actually reduces your FPS. I think it's a joke. I can't honestly believe that's the case, but sure, let's go with that. He asked chat if they wanted another Twitch drop event, which they all said yes, which is awesome. I'll be streaming nonstop if they do another one. You guys saw the craziness that went around my channel during that. He said when they do the next Twitch drop event, there's going to be a lot more interesting stuff with the items that will be dropping with complex loot, but it's unknown when that's going to happen yet. So I'll be keeping my ear open for that one just as much as you guys. The Voip will be when the next major thing's added to the game, and Nikita thinks that's going to be the main storyline quest. So he thinks that's going to be a couple of months for sure. The last time they said there was going to be a Voip was they said it was going to be in March, but honestly, guys, don't hold your breath. Wipes could be anywhere between 3 months to 9 months when it comes to battle state games. So just have to keep your eyes open and your ears peeled for that to happen. Next up, we've got Voip. Nikita wants wants Voip to be in the game, but isn't sure if it fits the concept of EFT in his vision. I think eventually Voip will be in the game. It will make the game be a little bit less immersive, the same time, I think it's just going to run in, like, it's going to bring a lot of enjoyment to the game and a lot of funny situations. As long as we can mute it quickly, like there's a command to just mute it, I think that's a really good thing to have in the game. Because for the people that want to use it, it'll actually just make a lot of fun and funny situations. Obviously, there'll be some troll stuff going on. The next point was the merch store. They were wanting to release the merch store at the end of the year. However, it's been delayed a little tiny bit. Next week, they're finalizing the date of when they're going to be releasing it. And it's going to be available with t-shirts, hoodies, baseball caps. He said cups, but I think he means mugs by that, with Bear and USEC logos. And then also a limited amount of killer helmets, which will just be props. They won't actually be the like ballistic helmets. They're not allowed to sell ballistic helmets or export them out of Russia, but they will sell like prop killer helmets, which will be pretty cool. Next, we have the compass. It's on its priority list. There's going to be a first iteration of the compass, which is going to be in your left hand. So you'll be able to hold your gun up with your right hand and just bring up your compass in front of you and just have a quick look. And then later on, they want to have one that's going to be near the watch on the wrist. And you won't need to have it like equipped or anything. You just literally just be able to bring up your hand, like your wristwatch, and it'll be right next to it, just saying which direction is. Be a very basic one, that one. But the first iteration should be out hopefully soon. But it's going to be a very like big compass that you'll be able to see. Binoculars and spotting scopes are in a planned upcoming patch. He's not sure when, and it's going to be added with like a sniper pack. So they're going to have like a lot of, I'm guessing, like, you know how at this patch is going to be focused on the weight system. I think they'll have a patch that's focused on upgrading and adding more sniper stuff, and that will be when the rangefinder and binos and all that will be added in spotting scopes. Functional bipods are definitely planned to be working within the game. The M18 smoke grenade is being animated right now and is currently in the animation process, so there'll be another smoke grenade added. Grenade launchers are coming at some point. There will be a video of a grenade launcher coming up. I think it's called the FN40 grenade launcher off the top of my head. The Flea Market. Now, this one's probably the most annoying out of all of them. I don't know what to think about this. Guess we're going to have to find out. But the Flea Market's going to have a capture to be able to purchase. To me, I think that's going to be a horrible thing. It better be something as simple as like just draw a square with a squiggly line or some shit. I don't have to click any more traffic lights, vans, taxis, cars, crossings, any of that shit just drives me bonkers. And I really do hope they don't add them to the game. Or if it is in the Flea Market, it's very simple and easy for like a human being to figure out, but the robots won't be able to control, like, to figure it out. Control support and accessibility. So I've had a lot of people that have reached out to me. I think it was No Hands NZ and a few other guys. I've been forwarding all that stuff over to Nikita to help progress that side of the game. They're going to be adding color filters and lots of new additions and planned in the next phase of production. They're working on it right now to make it so stuff like there's ways to scroll through the inventory without using your mouse wheel and stuff like that. There's a lot of guys that have some sort of disability that will make it so it's harder to do certain things in the game, and they're going to make settings and that so people can get around those issues, which is wonderful. I think the more amount of people that can play the game, the better. When it comes to leaks, there is lots. I'll start at the very start, go through all the major ones, and we'll go from there. So there's a new wrench being added to the game. It's just like a big bright red wrench. There's the Bastion helmet, which is advanced nanotechnology with kryptonite plates, is Nikita's wording, not mine. Most advanced helmet in history of helmets with class 10 armor and will stop a tank shell. I think it's just Nikita being smartass, but we'll just have to wait and see. I think it's just a Russian-made helmet, and that's why he talks it up so much. They brought up a battle bra, or that's what we called it in the Australian Army, that holds 14 mags, which looks pretty cool. There's combat trousers, which is like part of like the 6B43 armor, top of my head, and it's going to have like leg armor on it. Now, he says he's not excited about it. It doesn't really want leg armor in the game, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. If it actually is in the game, or what kind of armor it does. It might just be something very basic, like a class 1 or 2 armor that stops like really basic stuff like shotguns. I don't know. I think like the leg meta is a good thing. It gives you the opportunity, no matter who you are, the opportunity to kill someone. If you make it so you got full leg armor and a guy with a pistol or a shotgun has no chance to kill you, then I think that kind of sucks. I know it's not realistic, At the same time, this game's not realistic. It's immersive. And I argue that all the time. Moving on. Russian clothing jacket is going to be a scav outfit with authentic Russian jacket. So it's like it just says Russia across the top, and it looks really cool. They're going to have that on scavs. There's a USEC upper jacket with gloves that's going to be added to the game. They showed a fuse for grenades. He said something about being in the hideout. I didn't really understand it that much. Pipe cleaner, which is going to be like another barter item. Clothing material found in raid for barter items for Ragman. Now those are going to be you'll find these like clothing materials. So you take it back to your hideout, or to craft your own clothing, or also to do a barter trade with Ragman. Now they had a hemostatic syringe, hemostatic syringe. It looks like quick clot to me. So for deep wounds. So if you've got a big gaping wound on your leg, you squirt this thing in there. It's not really a squirt, the thing kind of is, and it's like it expands and it fills up the gap, the hole. So it looked like a quick clot. I have to wait and see for that one how it works. They got new contact being added to the game, a night vision device which just looks random as all hell. I haven't seen it before. Grenade box with no information about how big it'll be. Well, let's just say bigger the better. At least what my wife always says. First generation night vision, it's going to be in there just for the lols. They thought it was really interesting to add like a really, really shitty night vision. Alton helmet, but not Elton helmet. So it's a K6-3. I don't know. I'll bring it up here over there. There'll be actually the exact helmet it is. I think it's a K6-3 helmet. It just kind of looks like an Alton, but it's not. Alton. Anyway, armor plates are coming. There's 3 types of armor plates that we're showing off, and that's all coming with the gear customization that's coming up. We'll have plate carriers and gear options where you can pull apart different parts of your rig, have different pouches on and stuff like that. So it's interesting where they're going with that. Should be really cool. Blunt force protection pads will also be able to put on the plate carriers to reduce blunt damage. Keck tape, it's just going to be like plastic tape, your white tape, blue tape, keck tape. And then there was a heap of weapon mods. Some of them already in the game. I'll just have them scrolling for the rest of this. Actually, I'll make it scroll after this bit because I'll go straight to what the next part was, which were the videos. They had the AKM red gun. Now, it's a fully pimped out AKM with all the red attachments. It'll be findable in raid with all those attachments. Findable? You'll be able to find it in raid with all those attachments on it. So happy days for that. There is the double barrel shotgun being added to the game. Be a 12 gauge shotgun. I can't remember the exact name he said off the top of my head. The FN40 grenade launcher. This is a standalone grenade launcher, and they're going to add more grenade launchers after it, which I'd imagine will be like grenade launcher attachments for the M4 and any of the other guns that can have grenade launcher attachments. How this will end up being, I have no idea. Hopefully it's not just... They'll control this by ammunition, right? So when they add grenade launchers, it'll be super rare to find the ammunition. You'll go in there, you won't even get to shoot your round, you'll die, and then you complain that how expensive all that stuff was to not even shoot it. Adding the tourniquet, this is for stopping blood loss. Nikita kind of struggled to find the wording for it, but if you were to lose a limb, that's the item you would want to use. I don't know if you'll be able to blow off limbs in the future. Maybe add some gore features to the game. It'd be pretty cool. And then the next one being the prone lean. Now with the prone lean, it looks really cool. You see a video of him crawling up behind a car and doing a nice little cheeky prone lean to get the sight picture out from behind the car. Really cool idea, and I'm glad they've actually implemented it, because at the moment when you do prone lean at the moment, there's nothing. So really cool to see that. I might have just instead of ran some of the imagery of all the mods at the start of the video just to cover that side of things, because no point just having mods running right now. But overall, guys, really interesting stuff from the podcast. I like the whole format of it too. It was very very relaxed, answering a lot of questions straight to the point. Nikita wasn't distracted by silly content creators and streamers asking silly questions, and but there was a bit of banter too, which was nice to hear. I think if they do a mixture of these with like the actual Tarkov podcast, where there's content creators too, and special guests and all that kind of stuff, I think that's a good way of doing it. And I love the fact that Battlestate Games is actually going down these paths to try and keep a lot of transparency out open on how the game's developing, but also showing their characters and that. I don't want to go into too much of a rant here, but I just did move to Europe. So if you guys are interested in what's going on there, I'll put a link below down to my second YouTube channel with my wife. Long story short, she's currently not here with me. She's going to come over in a couple of weeks. After I film this video, I'm going to film a Q&A answering a lot of those questions of where my wife is and what's going on and how I got my computer over here and all that, and where I am. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll put that down below. Otherwise, I do stream on Twitch every day of the week. Actually, I'll do my final wrap up here. So guys, thanks for watching another video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for future content. I do stream on Twitch every day of the week. So go down the link below, give me a follow over there. Got any Tarkov questions, feel free to hit me up on my live stream or down in the comments below. And lastly, I'll see you next time. 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock rock, 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock rock, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock rock. Gonna rock around the clock tonight.